Hey, how's it going, guys? This is John MacLennan, and I'm here with GuitarControl.com, and I'm going to give you 6 tips to being a better guitar player. By the way, these are just scratching the surface of what's on my new Fast Track DVDs, so let's check it out. Alright, so secret number 1 is learning how to figure out songs that you like by ear. So you have to be able to distinguish between major and minor chords. And one of the things that I'll first do when I'm listening to a recording is I'll find the bass notes. So I just play on my instrument along with the recording the bass notes. And then I try playing once I find the bass note, I try playing either a major chord or a minor chord against that. And if I still can't tell, then I'll emphasize just the third of that chord. So if it's a G major, I'm going to play either a B or a B flat and find out which one sounds best against the recording. And then I know what chord it is. Alright, so secret number 2, how to get the best sound from your fingers. You have to put your fingers right up close next to the fret. Remember, the fret is this metal thing. So if you're playing a D chord and all your fingers are back here to where the notes sound a little buzzy, you got to make sure that they're right up close next to the frets. Check yourself on everything you play, whether it's a single note or a chord, just to get the right sparkle. Alright, secret number 3, how to expand your chord vocabulary by developing the right chord muscles in your hands. So you can take any chord and you can practice it up and down the neck, just moving in half steps. Let's say that you're working on a minor 7th chord and you're trying to get this bar. You're going to play 4 strums. And then you're just going to move it up a half step, and you can try actually taking your hand off the instrument and then putting it back on. It forces you to kind of start from 0. And this is a real great way to learn new chords fast, and then of course applying them in a song. Alright, secret number 4, how to master your bar chords. The best way to do this is through the application of songs. So you want to be able to work on any chord progression, and let's say you have a C sharp. You have to find out where that root note is, so you want to know your root notes on, to begin, just the 6th string and then also the 5th string. And then you have to plug in what I call one of the big 4, which is either a major bar chord here on with a root on the 5th, or a minor, and then also knowing it as well here, major and minor with a root on the 6th. So once you learn the big 4, you'll be able to play any chord in at least 2 different places. So this really comes in handy when you want to play your favorite songs. Alright, secret number 5, master the critical strumming patterns you need to know that come up everywhere in music. So first of all, I've taught a lot of people over the years, and they say they have trouble with rhythm. And one of the things that I immediately have them start doing is you have to tap your foot with the music. And you have to understand the connection between your hand and your foot. So for instance, if I'm playing a basic 8th note pattern like 1 and 2, 3, 4, the strong beats, meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, are all on downstrokes. And the weak beats, the ands, 1 and 2 and 3 and, are all on upstrokes. Just like if my foot taps down, up, 1 and 2 and 3. So once you start tapping your foot and you start counting out loud, you'll find that your rhythm instantly is going to improve. And then you just work through a number of tunes and examples like what I do in the Fast Track DVD course. I show you all the primer of the basic chords to get you started, and then the famous strumming patterns that you need to know. Alright, tip number 6 is as you're working through your favorite songs and the DVDs, you need to learn chord scale theory. So what it starts to do is take the mystery out of seeing a chord progression or a chord chart with just a ton of changes, and you go, oh, how am I going to memorize this chord to this chord? And what you start to do is you start to see familiar patterns in music. There's certain chords that want to move to other chords, and in specific styles particularly, you'll see a lot of the same moves. So all of a sudden you take this chord progression that seems so baffling, and you can just simplify it and break it down to just a couple moves. And one of the things we'll talk about is knowing the Roman numeral system. You know, if you have a G major scale, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, you have a chord that's built off every single one of those scale degrees, you know, and that's where you get the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, and the 5 chord, and so on and so forth through the rest of the scale. And then when we're working through the tunes, you start connecting, okay, this chord progression is the 1 to the 4, you know, and then going back down. Maybe I want to walk up. And you start seeing how that relates to the scale and the key center, and all of a sudden everything that you're playing becomes so much more informed. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed these 6 tips to becoming a better guitar player. And remember, this is just scratching the surface of the Fast Track Guitar System DVD series. Be sure to check it out at guitarcontrol.com/fasttrack. We'll see you in the woodshed.